that he had put her head on shelf and screamed at it for an hour, threw darts at it, and ultimately smashed her face in. He also cut her tongue out and her larynx and put them in a garbage disposal.
Tell me in a sentence who you are. I'm nobody. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine and a straight racer if you get too close to me.
Do you ever feel violence?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel that way.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
Do you think your murder made you?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
You don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Classroom Jackie didn't realize the mics were on. Welcome in, everybody in the chat. Raptor Jesus, hello. Cake Maker and Unsafe, welcome in, everybody, to our 9 o'clock show this week. That's right. We did things just a hair different this week. David, welcome in, aka Google. How are you guys doing tonight?
You literally said that why he jumped in. Like, you didn't even look. You just knew he was right there.
Oh, because I said, hey, Google, my phone decided to activate Gemini. And I just did it again, and it decided to do it again. That's great. Didn't hear anything, honestly.
Oh, well, okay.
Do you hear us now?
That's for the best.
Are we good now?
Hello, hello, hello.
Can everybody hear us? Just let us know in the chat if you can.
On a Saturday.
Because I don't have anything muted, so we should be good.
Yeah, we should have sound
I hope
today.
so.
Rita, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Oh, you hear us. Okay, cool.
Epic.
Yes. All right, sweet. Welcome in to another Saturday evening here on the Murder Podcast Show. I am your host, per usual. They also call me I am the architect. That's right. They call me the architect. Oh, you're talking about when we first started Unsafe and you said the mics were on and she didn't hear you. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay, everybody can ignore me.
Jackie made funny noises and shit, so she thought the mics were on. Alongside of me is my amazing, wacky, inflatable arm, flailing tube man co-host.
Criminology, Chris.
Good evening, all.
Mr. Criminology, Chris, and alongside of him is the director of all of our social media platforms. That's right, Classroom Jackie.
Time to check my social media, yeah. Loves me online.
Yes.
Welcome. Kick things off with our sponsors here. Been our newer sponsor here for a few weeks now. That's right. Do you need quality automotive repair and maintenance you can trust? Well, you can visit Mr. Wrenches of Akron, LLC. They are conveniently located across from the Derby Downs, 1175 George Washington Boulevard in Akron, Ohio. They offer fast service, friendly customer care, reliable repairs, honest and professional work. Whether you need a routine maintenance or repairs, we're here to help keep you on the road. By appointment or walk-ins are welcome. You can give them a call today and ask for Gage, or you can stop in the shop. Another one of our sponsors that has been with us from the beginning is Crafty Corner by Laura. Laura makes a wide selection of handmade crochet plushies, both cute and creepy. Pop culture, fantasy, anime, and horror. They also specialize in custom orders like the voodoo doll that we have out front of the screen and the other various custom plushies and stuff that we have throughout the studio here. You can follow them on Instagram at the.crafty.corner.by Laura. And as I always tell you, there's 3 dots in there. Figure out where the hell they go on your own. It's not my job.
Or message me and I'll help you.
So anyways, let's head over to Classroom Jackie for the 1 minute of murder segment.
Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder.
All right, guys. So we had a little bit of growth this week. Our Instagram, we're at 45. So we're up by 2 on there, which is cool to see. Our Facebook is at 167. Our YouTube has surpassed 600. We are at 670 followers, you guys.
Woo.
We're growing. We're
Yes.
growing. And our TikTok is at 2,431.
Hell yeah. All the social media channels have been growing very
We're
quickly.
trending in Japan too.
Yeah, we are somewhat, I call it somewhat, we're somewhat trending in Japan right now, which is cool. And as we always do say, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button here on the YouTube. And don't forget to hit the little bell. What that does is that will notify you every time right before we are about to go live. So we do appreciate everybody's support continuously every day on all the streaming platforms and every weekend for all you loyal fans that come in here on our lives every single week. It means the world to us and we do appreciate it. We couldn't keep doing this if it weren't for you guys listening in. So if not, we'd be doing like what I did when I first started this show in the first episode, which was 17 minutes long. I was talking to myself at a screen. So
Right. Yeah, we may be still doing it, just nobody's
Yeah.
going to be hearing it. So
yeah,
Right,
nobody's going to
right.
be hearing it,
we
but we
appreciate you hearing it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
This is seriously, like, we do this for fun. We didn't expect it to go anywhere. And because of you guys, we're growing and actually in the top 25% still.
It makes it more fun.
Yes. Yes, we found out, I think last week I was notified that we are in the top 25 percentile for streaming on this channel here,
Yeah.
good old YouTube. So
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. And I was like, holy crap, that's wild. So
We're
we
still
are,
on a list of Google when you Google us.
yes,
We're still up there.
we're still up there in the top 6, I believe that
Yeah.
list is, or something like
We're
that. So
Googleable.
we're Googleable now. Googleable.
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 And people sometimes recognize these guys out there too as well, public and stuff. So, which that's
Voice is
still weird.
scary.
That's still weird.
Yeah,
But,
it is. It
But the
is.
voice is scary too.
oh yeah, when somebody says,
You sound like.
"I know your
Yeah,
voice," and
yeah.
it's like, "What? What do you mean know
How
my
do you know my
fucking voice?"
voice? And then you have to
Yeah.
remember that you're on a podcast.
Yeah,
Other people know you now.
very true. So tonight we are going to be for quite a few weeks here. I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. We're going to be covering copycat killers.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool next few weeks. We know a
is.
ton of serial killers have inspired horror movies and have been in documentaries, films. There's been all sorts of things. But what about the people who are the copycats and try to exactly mimic what they did? So it's going to be neat to see the differences between the actual killers and the copycats themselves.
Yeah, this one's going to be wild tonight. I figured why not? Hell, started off with a real fucking crazy one right off the rip. Why not? We don't ease into shit on this show. We just go
No.
balls to the wall with
Real
it.
life
So
Hannibal.
Yeah.
yes, so this is the human cannibal. Do we even figure out how to pronounce his last
Yes.
name?
It's Meiwes.
Meiwes.
Armin Meiwes is going to be today. He is from Germany, a quiet town there. So in March of 2001, as I was just stating, a quiet town, Germany, central, a large house sitting behind the trees in a community of Rottenburg an der Fulda. Yeah. And I'm German, not full German, but I don't even know any. From the outside, there was nothing unusual about it, nothing to suggest that the inside that the home was evidence connected to one of the most disturbing criminal investigations in modern European history, a case that would shock investigators, confuse legal experts, and force Germany's justice system to confront a question it had never truly faced before. Can a person consent to their own death?
Tonight we examine the case of Armin Meiwes. a man whose crimes became international headlines and whose trial sparked debate that continue more than 2 decades later. This is not simply a story about homicide, it's a story about isolation, about obsession, and the early internet and the communities that existed within, and ultimately about the limits of consent under the law.
Now, Mr. Armin, I put him up there on the screen for you. He is a crazy looking individual. I don't know, Chris.
He's
Tell me
not
what you
really.
feel about that guy.
Yeah, kind of gives me the willies. I mean, he looks like yeah, he's got a strong brow.
He's got a strong brow. When he goes shopping, he browses, if you know what I
Brow.
mean.
Oh
know,
my lord, that's such a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
You can tell you're both dads.
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a disgruntled computer programmer guy.
Yeah, right.
Is that what he was?
Yes, I forgot about
Computer
that. Yes,
technician?
he was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
computer repair guy.
Yeah.
I'd not get in his van yet.
I wouldn't take his
No.
candy or his puppies.
No.
I definitely would not get in that guy's van at all. I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? Have a good one. Bye." So Armin was born on December 1st, 1961 in Essen, West Germany. Those who knew him described him as quiet, polite, and reserved. There was little in his public life that suggested he would one day become one of Germany's most infamous criminals. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. He worked in information technology. He maintained a relatively ordinary routine. He had no reputation for violence, no significant criminal history, no warning signs visible to neighbors or anybody that he worked with or friends. Yet investigators would later discover that much of his life existed beneath the surface.
His childhood was marked by instability and loneliness. His parents separated while he was young, and eventually his father left the family entirely. Armin remained with his mother, who became the central figure in his life. Psychologists who later examined the case described a relationship that may have contributed to his growing isolation from the outside world. By adolescence, much of Meiwes' life revolved around solitude. His social circle remained limited, his interests became increasingly internalized, and according to his own later statements, this was also the period when disturbing fantasies first began to emerge.
Investigators would later learn that these fantasies were not rooted in anger or revenge. Instead, I already forgot.
Say Armin. Just call him Armin.
Armin described them as connected to companionship and what is that?
Permanence.
Permanence. There's getting some fancy shit in here tonight.
We're getting smart tonight.
He reportedly spoke of wanting someone to remain with him forever, to become part of him, to never leave. For years, these thoughts remained private. Fantasy existed separately from reality. There were no evidence of violence, no victims, no crimes connected to these, at least not yet.
In the late 1990s marked a turning point in communication. Online forums connected strangers across continents. Communities formed around hobbies, professions, and shared interests. For many, the internet reduced feelings of isolation, and for others, it created opportunities to find validation for dangerous ideas. Investigators later discovered that Meiwes had become active in online communities dedicated to extreme fantasies and role-playing scenarios. Most participants never intended to move beyond discussion. Many treated the material as fictional, but authorities believe that for Armin, the internet offered something entirely different. Possibility.
Okay, here's where it gets a little wicked. In 2001, that possibility became reality. An online advertisement appeared. Specific, this request was direct and difficult for investigators to believe when they first saw it. Oh, God. He was searching for a willing participant, someone prepared to take part in an act that would eventually become one of the most infamous criminal cases of the digital age. Someone actually answered to it. And with that response, history changed. Now, hold on to your seats on this one. I hope you're not eating nothing.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, cool. By the late 1990s, the internet had become a place where anonymity, right?
Anonymity.
Anonymity was
Anonymity.
easy, and communities
Whatever.
Ugh.
could form around almost any interest imaginable. Message boards and online forums connected strangers across countries and continents. Most of those communities were harmless. Some revolved around hobbies. That's right. Not like this one here, though. Others centered or shared experiences or niche interest, but investigators would later discover there were corners of being online were far darker, that things darker took place. It was within of these communities that Armin began searching for something very specific. So in 2001, he posted an online ad. The wording was direct and unmistakable. He was searching for an adult male willing to participate in an act that would result in their death. To most people reading it, the post appeared absurd, disturbing, perhaps, but not real. Excuse me. Many assumed it was fantasy role play. Others believed it was an attempt at shock, humor. Authorities would later discover that it was neither.
The internet of 2001 was very different from the internet we know today. Content moderation was limited, identity verification was rare, and law enforcement agencies around the world were still learning how to investigate crimes that originated online. At the time, there were few systems in place to flag or report communications like these. The assumption there was the assumption was often that disturbing online conversations would remain online. The Meiwes case challenged that assumption in dramatic fashion because eventually someone answered.
Sorry, I was looking, I was trying to see if I can find the ad, exactly what it had said. The man who responded was 43-year-old Bernard, or no, where's that Burned?
Bernd.
Burned.
Burned Brands. Unlike the, drawing a blank here. Image many people might expect, Brands was not a drifter or someone living in margins of society. He was actually smart, He worked professionally. Friends and people that he worked with described him as an intelligent and successful man. As investigators pieced together his background, they found someone who had maintained employment, friendships, and relatively normal public life. Yet, I see Muse when I see it.
I know it
That's
does.
what it looks like Muse.
It does come out that,
Right.
but because
Armin.
he's German, his last name W's are V's.
Yeah, W's are pronounced as V's.
That's right.
Meiwes.
So unlike Meiwes, Brands, who also lived with private thoughts, interests that people around him fully understood, the two men began communicating online. Messages were exchanged, expectations were discussed, plans were made. Investigators would later determine that the conversations continued for weeks before the two finally agreed to meet in person.
This is the point in the story where the case moves beyond criminal investigation and into legal history. Because unlike almost every homicide case investigators encounter, there was no evidence of coercion in the traditional sense. No kidnapping, no forced entry, no signs of a struggle consistent with an abduction. Instead, prosecutors faced a question that would dominate headlines around the world. If an adult voluntarily agrees to participate in an act that leads to their death, does that agreement matter under the law? At the time, German law offered very few answers.
So I found the actual ad, and the ad was put in a message form, and the group was called the Cannibal Cafe. And the ad read, it stated he was looking for a well-built 18 to 30-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed.
Very nice.
I don't think that would fly on Facebook Marketplace.
That wouldn't fly anywhere now, ever.
Yeah. I guess if you're in a message forum group called the Cannibal Cafe, I could see, I guess, where people would not be like shocked by what he put.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, looking for an 18 to 30-year-old to be slaughtered and consumed. How do you start that off when you DM, Hey, saw your ad. You wanted to consume me?
Didn't he eat like his
Bet.
genitals?
Yeah.
Sounds like grunge music lyrics.
I was like,
David,
yeah.
what kind of grunge you listening to,
Yeah.
David?
Yeah. Jeez.
Didn't he what?
Didn't he end up eating the dude's genitals?
Yes.
Because I forgot to get some details in here.
Yeah, he ended up eating the guy's penis. So, to put it lightly, that's not really putting it lightly.
As lightly as you could put it, honestly.
Yeah,
There's no way
that's
to
about
kinda
as rough as that.
beat around the bush on that thing.
That
No
what's
pun
it?
intended. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, wait. There we go. Thank you. Everybody, I'll be here all week.
That's about as bad as that. What was it? The investigation I was listening to at work yesterday. I'll have to tell this quick short story. Unsafe, I told about it, but it was a CO officer that had been messing around with a prisoner, and the guy talking to her goes, "So, blowjob, what exactly do you mean by that?" And she just looks at him. She goes, I put his cock in my mouth. Like, it's just like, what? Imagine being the investigator asking
Yeah.
that. But the only reason I could think of why he would have to ask, and this is a good point, is because he has to actually physically hear her say it when they're doing those, because they have to record everything.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's
so
all I
things
can
could
think
be
of.
taken different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyways, on March 9th, 2001, Bernd, traveling to Rottenburg, Andy Fulda had arrived at his home. The house itself would later become infamous. A large property inherited from his family, it stood quietly amongst trees and open land. Neighbors described him as reserved and polite. I don't know. I don't know. That'd be weird if I lived around that guy and found that out. And here you're like, wow, this guy seemed like he was really nice.
Yeah.
And then to find out all that went down. Social life, he really didn't have much. Nothing that suggested the house would one day become known around the whole entire world. What happened inside would later be documented extensively through physical evidence, digital records, and his own admissions to investigators. Authorities would eventually determine that Brands died inside the home that night. The circumstances surrounding his death would later become the center of one of Germany's most controversial criminal trials.
So I actually have the details of what happened.
All right, fire in the hole.
Uh-oh.
So they met, like I said, it was at 10:40, and they met at a station, like a train station. They initially planned to stay at his house, Brandis's house, for a few days to get to know each other. But instead, according to him,
Yeah, because how can you eat somebody you don't know? I mean, that's
according-
just crazy, right?
Yeah,
according
you gotta get to
to
know him.
Armin, is Brands?
Yeah.
Brands insisted that the slaughtering take place that day. They drove to Meiwes' house, where they cuddled and made out for several hours on a mattress, then set up video equipment to film the mutilation of him. Meiwes had prepared 6 different knives, a hatchet, and a meat grinder for the act. Additionally, he also had a step-by-step guide downloaded for butchering a human male.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
As per Brand's wishes, Meiwes first attempted to bite off his penis, but failed.
Oh.
He asked to use a knife instead and had Brands drink a 180 milliliter bottle of alcoholic Vicks medical cough syrup to induce slow breathing and extreme tiredness to ease the process. He first Brands decided to cancel, believing his partner was too benign to hurt him. So he wanted to stop at one point.
I don't know if I need any more of this conversation. Good Lord.
But he ended up changing his mind and returned to the train station. On the way back, Meiwes stopped at a pharmacy, bought a 20-pack of sleeping pills and another bottle of cough syrup, which Brands consumed at least half of each. At the house, he claimed that the intended effects were not kicking in, but that he was instead having hallucinations of moving animals. Brands drank some schnapps to calm himself and was later determined to have a blood alcohol content of 1.4%.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, because what's
I mean, 0.08
.08 is legal limit?
So there's point something, and then there's 1 point something.
1.8, you said?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So he did eventually end up cutting off his penis.
No.
And Brands said that he cried out. He said that Brands cried out in pain, but was dismayed that the sensation was not as intense as he thought it would be. Meiwes bandaged the wound, and the pair attempted to consume Brands' penis. So he tried to eat it together.
He tried to eat it?
They both tried to eat it together. They tried to eat it. He said that they tried to fry it in salt, pepper, wine, and garlic. And then they fried it in some of Brands' fat. But by then it was too burnt to be consumed by either man. According to the court officials who saw the video, Brands was already too weak from the blood loss to eat any of his own penis.
All right, we're going to take a moment for Brand's penis right now.
Oh.
So we're gonna take a moment here, everybody. This is for Brand's sauteed wiener. We miss you, buddy.
Meditate.
We're so sorry what happened that night when your penis was sauteed on the stove.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't at the correct temperature.
Should not agree to this.
Should have not agreed to this. If you would have had a smoker, maybe things would have turned out differently, big guy.
Oh.
It's okay. We got you.
We won't go into. We're not going to go into details about the rest of what he did because it gets worse.
Get what Unsafe said. There's no seasoning that can fix that.
What the fuck? Fava beans.
Fava beans
and Chianti.
There's no seasoning.
I'm not going to read off the rest of it, but it's just a quick rundown. He put him in a bathtub and checked on him for every 15 minutes while Brands was bleeding out. Eventually, he ended up getting up, and he thought that he had passed away and tied him to the table and then cut him up and hung him up like a meat butcher.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah.
This was some insane shit going on.
It was gross.
There's no seasoning. Yeah. Garlic and salt ain't fixing that.
Nah.
Not even a whole stick of butter that had me in the toilet that one night. That ain't even fixing that, you know?
Hey, do we want to break out our new thing?
Whoa. Can't let the fans know what's going on there now. You just...
Hey, I didn't say what it was.
Simmer down over here, please.
Well, fine.
Go ahead. It's your turn.
Oh, I'm skipping into Discovery because that other half didn't have any details. So it's your turn again.
No.
You're welcome.
How does anyone have that much energy?
Right? I don't know. It's German.
Yeah, you're sitting at home, you're like, God, what am I going to do? I'm going to look for a guy and I'm going to cut him up and try to saute his penis. You know what? I'm feeling energetic tonight. I drank a couple of Monsters. I'm good. It's like,
yeah, what brings you to that point? I mean, what gets you there? I don't know.
Yeah.
They both had these fantasies, only Barnes really wanted it to feel intense and was very excited for it.
That's not a fantasy. That's like a cry for help, man.
Yeah, that's not a fantasy.
Yeah, seriously. You need to call a doctor. Like, you need to...
That's straight from criminology himself.
Like, yeah, go seek somebody to solve you. Because holy shit. Oh my
God. For more than a year after Brands, the case had remained unknown to authorities. There were no witnesses coming forward, no obvious crime scene discovered by police. Immediate investigating, there was none pointing toward Rottenberg. The breakthrough came in late 2002. Once again, the internet played a central role. Investigators learned that Mr. Armin had returned to online forums and had posted additional advertisements similar to the first. This time, another user became alarmed. This person had contacted the police, and police began looking into it. What they found stunned them. According to investigators, he had cooperated almost, quickly. He was like ready to go, which that's, I don't know, kind of weird. Maybe maybe to try to clear his name, he thought if I hurry up and just cooperate with them, then they'll clear my name. I don't know. He actually admitted his responsibility. Evidence had recovered from the property supported what he said. For detectives, accustomed for denials, false, that fancy word,
Alibis.
and lengthy interrogations, the case unfolded very differently. The suspect was not denying involvement. The challenge was determining exactly what crime had been committed.
The investigation quickly attracted international attention. News organizations across Europe, North America, and Asia began covering the story. The public reaction was immediate: shock, disbelief, confusion. And one question repeated again and again: if both men agreed, how should the law respond? For prosecutors, judges, and legal scholars, the answer was far from simple.
Well, I am going to tell you how we're going to respond halfway through the show
We're gonna take a
little intermission session. We're going to try something new here, and we're going to see what you guys think. So right now, it is time to play a little bit of murder trivia here on the Murder Podcast Show. That's right. Every week we are going to have a question for you, followed by 3 answers for those questions. And we're going to try this every week and see what we got. So welcome to Murder Trivia here on the Murder Podcast Show.
Welcome to Murder Trivia, the only game show where the questions are chilling, the answers are deadly, and the stakes are 6 feet under. Tonight, our contestants will battle it out to see who knows the most about infamous killers, shocking crimes, and the cases that still haunt us today. So grab your buzzers, watch your alibis, and let's play Murder Trivia.
That's right. It is time. So it's going to come up on your screen over there for you guys. And
That music gets me fired up.
It does.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
First question is, what is the number one state where most serial killers are from? We have A, California, B, Ohio, C, Florida, or D, Texas. Now, we'll give you guys, don't Google this.
Yeah, stay off of Google.
Stay off the internet, and let's see if one of you can get the answers right. Throw it in the chat and let us know what you think. David says Ohio.
It is amazing how many whacked out people are from this state.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it because it is.
Nuts.
And you'd think that Wisconsin would be up there too.
It's unsafe even says Ohio too as well. What are you saying?
You know, we're not crazy. We just do a podcast
Yeah.
about the crazies.
Everybody, Ohio. All right, everybody's got their answers locked and loaded. Let's see what the
Ready?
answer is here. The number one state where most serial killers are from is California.
Yeah.
That's right. A, California.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it shocked everybody there. That's
see that
right.
coming.
That's
Gotcha,
right.
guys.
Next, what is the number one method of murder? We have A, stabbing, B, poison, C, firearms, or D, strangulation. That's right. Go ahead and
Lock in your answers now.
You sound like
everybody.
how you do sound like wacky inflatable guy.
Wacky arm waving flail man.
Whacking flailing arm inflatable tube man.
Ooh.
Hey, we have a stabbing, a strangling.
B, poison, strangulation, David. Unsafe says
D,
D, strangulation. All right, and the answer is
I'm going B.
C, strangulation.
What? You mean C, firearms?
D.
Sorry, D, firearms. I forgot to change that part. Anyways, D, strangulation. So you guys that guessed strangulation
Way to go, guys.
is correct. That's right. That was David and unsafe. You guys were correct. Nice. Third and final question on murder trivia is, what is the most common mental disorder diagnosed in serial killers? We have A, bipolar disorder, B, OCD, C, BPD, or D, antisocial disorder.
Ooh, I'm guessing D.
Unsafe. Oh, I know. That was from the last question. David says bipolar. We'll wait for a couple more to come in there.
Wait, I'm sure everybody knows OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yes.
CPD is borderline personality disorder.
Unsafe says OCD. Dun, 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 dun. All right, and the answer is D, antisocial disorder.
I was right.
Cake maker.
So it's
Cake maker
Way to
and
go, Joe.
yes, that is right. So, thank you guys for playing Murder Trivia. Stay curious, stay suspicious, and we'll see you next time on Murder Trivia. So that's right.
You guys like it?
That is something new that we are going to try every week. Let us know if you guys like it.
Hey,
Yeah.
stay out of the basement.
Yes. All right.
I like that. It's a nice little shake up.
It was fun. I liked it. What's my prize? Nothing. Nothing.
You get to play a game, but we don't have a prize. Sorry, guys.
David said that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, let us know what you guys
Yeah,
think. We
you know.
just figured something different.
Good brother. We're trying to spice it up.
We're trying to spice it up a little bit.
Spice
Keep
it.
the content fresh, a little bit.
Maybe
there.
we'll play Murder Feud too.
Murder Feud, yeah. Cake Maker said keep. Okay, keep. What, keep the
Cool.
prize or keep the game?
Keep the game.
Because there is
Keep
no
the game.
prize, so.
No prizes, guys. No prizes.
Alrighty. It's me, isn't it?
In late 2002. I can read if you want.
The prize is learned knowledge. That's right. That's right. So, continuing on here with Mr. Armin, by late 2002, investigators had a confession. They had physical evidence, they had digital communications, and they had recordings that documented what happened inside the house in Rottenburg. Under ordinary circumstances, a murder prosecution would have been straightforward. But this case was anything but ordinary, because from the very beginning,
Meiwes.
what's it? What? Meiwes insisted on one thing. He had not murdered anyone. According to his statements, the man who died had willingly participated and had repeatedly requested that the event take place. The argument stunned investigators, but it also created a legal dilemma because while German law recognizes a crime of homicide, it also recognized a lesser offense known as killing on demand, situations in which a person intentionally causes another person's death at that person's request. Suddenly, prosecutors found themselves facing a question that had almost no modern precedent. Was this murder, or was it something else entirely? If he wanted to be killed in this day and age, would it be assisted suicide? I think that would be assisted suicide. If I remember correctly from some trials that I've seen before where they've tried to argue that.
Yeah, I think, and some places allow that, allow assisted suicide. I mean, not in the U.S., I don't believe.
I don't think.
But I mean, still, that's a tough one, especially 20 years ago,
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't a whole lot of people talking about this. I mean, other than Kevorkian, which...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that took place in the 90s, didn't it?
We'll cover him, too,
I
at one
can't
point.
wait.
Yeah.
That one's crazy.
We've been
He's
talking about
nuts.
doing him for a little while, talking about him, but yeah.
I don't know, David. That's a good question. But, I mean, I don't know, though, because in the circumstances here, yes, this guy's wanting to participate in being killed, but he's not actually saying that he wants to take his life and he wants Meiwes to do it.
He wanted to be slaughtered and ate,
and
not
let's
killed.
be honest, like, even if there are places that allow assisted suicide, there's got to be like stipulations and rules and things that surround that. Like, it's got to be done a certain way and in certain places.
Yeah.
Medically.
Certain times.
I'm sure it has to be done medically in a facility of some sort.
You have to go through like psychologists, and they have to doctors and everything.
Not just in a guy's house, where you sign a paper and
probably didn't even sign nothing.
Probably didn't even sign a paper, right?
That's like going, that's like going to a regular doctor's appointment, but it's in, well, I know back then they used to do house calls, but going to like a regular shack somewhere and getting a doctor's appointment,
Right.
It's like, huh? So what's the difference between slaughtered and killed? I think he's asking you that, Jackie, because you said he just wanted to be slaughtered. And
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
no, slaughtered, if I'm not mistaken,
You're-
slaughtered is,
Breaking them down.
yeah, you're breaking them down. Killing them is, yes, both of them you are, taking their life, but they're done differently. Slaughter is completely different because you are like, Criminology Chris just said, you are breaking them down, cutting them up, and, tearing them apart. And killing them is just like whether you shot them, strangled them, stabbed them. But yeah, I think that would be the difference between those. Go ahead.
Public reaction was immediate. News organizations around the world picked up the story. Television networks debated the legal implications, and psychologists offered theories. Legal scholars published papers, and ordinary people asked the same questions. Can someone legally consent to be killed? The answer, it turned out, was far more complicated than anyone expected.
So to kill simply means to cause death, which can happen in many ways. To slaughter means to kill in a especially brutal, massive or ruthless way, often comparing the victims to livestock. So that, David, would be the answer to your
Which
question
explains
there.
why he tied him to a surface and then hung his body parts like a butcher.
Yeah. Yep. You may hear fireworks in the background. I don't think it's going to come through, but you may. Our
Oh, you
town
are.
postponed the fireworks to this week from last week because we had storms and stuff. But anyways, so the first trial began in, is it Castle? In 2003. Cassell or
I'd go Cassell.
Holy cow,
Cassell
you're going nuts.
in 2003. Throughout the proceedings, prosecutors argued that consent could not excuse the intentional taking of a life. Defense attorneys, they presented a different argument. They claimed this was a case of assisted death involving two consenting. Yeah, wow, that's great. Adults. The courtroom heard testimony from psychologists, investigators, and forensic experts. Every aspect of the relationship between the two men were examined. Their communications, their intentions, their mental states, their motives. For the court, intent became everything. What had Armin Meiwes intended to do, and what had Bernd Brands intended to happen?
In January of 2004, the court reached its decision. Meiwes was not convicted of murder. Instead, he was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 8 years and 6 months in prison. The ruling shocked many observers. Families of victims' advocacy groups criticized the outcome. Legal experts debated whether the court had correctly interpreted German law, and prosecutors made their position clear. They believed the sentence was too lenient. They appealed it.
German's federal court agreed to hear the appeal, which I'm kind of shocked there. The argument from prosecutors centered on motive. They argued that this was not simply a killing performed at another person's request. Instead, they argued that the killing had been carried out for personal gratification and that consent could not erase criminal responsibility. The distinction mattered enormously because under German law, motive plays an important role in determining whether a homicide becomes murder. If prosecutors could prove the killing had been committed for personal satisfaction or sexual gratification, the legal picture changed dramatically.
The retrial began in 2006, and once again, the world watched. Again, legal scholars debated the boundaries of consent, and again, the court examined evidence that they had already become infamous worldwide. This time, the judges reached a different conclusion. The court ruled that consent could not justify what had occurred, and the killing met the legal standard for murder. On May 9, 2006, Armin Meiwes was convicted of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment.
More than 2 decades later, Armin Meiwes' case remains one of the most studied criminal cases in Europe. Not because it involved a serial killer, not because the number of victims, but because it forced courts to answer questions few legal systems had seriously considered. What are the limits of consent? Can someone legally authorize another person to end their life? Does personal
Autonomy.
autonomy extend that far, or are there actions that society simply refuses to recognize as lawful regardless of agreement? Those questions continue to appear in legal discussions surrounding assisted dying, bodily, that word again, autonomy, and criminal responsibility. The circumstances may be different. The ethical debates are not.
The case also marked an important moment in the history of internet investigations. Today, online communities are monitored differently. Law enforcement agencies around the world routinely investigate threats and criminal activity originating online. In 2001, that infrastructure barely existed. The Meiwes investigation became one of the many early cases that demonstrated how digital spaces could influence real-world crimes.
Mr. Armin Meiwes remains in prison today, serving a life sentence for murder. German courts have repeatedly rejected efforts towards early release, citing concerns raised by psychological evaluations and the severity of the crime. The severity of the crime. Severity. They sound good. They sound good.
Yeah.
For many people, the details of this case remain almost impossible to comprehend. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect has never been the crime itself. It was the realization that investigators were not dealing with a traditional predator and victim narrative. Instead, they were dealing with consent, intent, autonomy, and morality, colliding in the ways the legal system had never anticipated.
And that leaves us with the same question that courts, lawyers, and journalists were asking more than 20 years ago. If two people agree to something unthinkable, does that agreement change the crime? Or are there some lines that cannot be crossed no matter who gives permission? So the moral of the story is don't put an ad out there saying you want to slaughter somebody and consume them.
To a certain degree, I would honestly think that if you're putting an ad out there to do something like that, or if you're actually responding to the ad and actually agreeing to it, on either behalf, on either party, like you're not. How is anybody gonna find you to be in the right mind to make that decision?
Yeah.
I mean, you're just not.
Yeah.
You're just fucking not. I mean, you can't tell me that like people out there are just clamoring to die like that. It's just
Well, so actually, there is another case like this happened a couple years ago, but it was to a woman. It was a guy and a woman, and they were talking online about she wants to die during sex. And she came to visit him, and then the family ended up saying she was missing, found out what happened because she was actually going to go back home, and then he killed her.
When did this take place again?
A few years ago. Give me 1 second, I can tell you.
Get the letter of consent notarized question,
Get it
David. I don't
notarized.
need. Good luck taking that to a notary that's gonna not read
yeah, I
that.
don't think
And
anybody's gonna put their stamp of approval on
Yeah.
that sucker for $5 or
because I'm pretty sure they got to read all that stuff before they
yeah.
notarize it. I think. I don't know, but
Even if people agree to it, I just think it's not.
yeah,
You know.
that's moral of the story is just don't even do it. But with some people like him, he doesn't have the right mind of thinking, so of course it's going to be different with him. But that's wild. I have never heard of a story like this. So if you guys don't already realize what killer that he copycatted, I think you can pretty much figure that out. Mr. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh.
I didn't think we really had to specify, but like we said, my notary is nosy. Yeah, unsafe. Don't get any ideas.
It was in
With me.
2022.
Don't get any ideas with me and trying to, just saying, okay?
Nowadays, if somebody did that, you'd almost have a hard time putting them in prison. Like they probably end up in a ward of some
Yeah.
sort. Like you're not like the insanity plea probably is going to work for you.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, I don't. That's just crazy. That is wild. Even if you both consent, it's just like,
just can't understand.
I don't know, man. You're going to need a lot of shit to back yourself up for when that goes to court,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dr. Lecter.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, that wow. Yeah, that was a wild one there for sure. So yeah, we're like we said, we're going to cover the copycat killers for a couple more weeks, and we'll post during the week who we're going to do for next week's.
Was that the first one we've done on somebody outside of the country?
Yes, that
I
is.
think that is.
That is our very first
Yes.
case outside of the country.
Wow, very first case of outside of the country. No kidding. So that marks
Yeah, everything in the past has been domestic.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now that's
Nonsense.
imported.
Yeah.
Now it's imported.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
You're
Boo.
welcome.
So yeah, it's things in the stuff. Definitely.
Yes. Yes.
What are you doing?
Trying to see where I can get this to stay.
Oh, geez.
No, just put it down. Jesus, Murphy. All right.
But anyways, international. Yes.
International.
Thank you, Google. Don't activate phone. Okay. Because I didn't say the hey on the beginning. But anyways, as always, we do appreciate you guys every week listening in to the show. And like I said in the beginning, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel here, please do.
And if you're doing nothing around the house, have us playing in the background, please. We would really appreciate it. We need 3,000 hours of views.
Yes, we need. Yes, if you guys can do this, and thank you because I forgot to promote this, and Unsafe's been doing it, and I've been trying to do it too as well. If you guys ever doing anything, whether it's in the car or at home,
At work,
let the channel play. It's got to be the live section, not just a regular, video. It's got to be these lives, and you got to play different ones. We need 3,000 hours to complete our first step for monetization on this channel. We have the 500 subscribers. Now we
over by
need
170 of those.
Yes, now we need 3,000 watch hours. We are at like 900 and something right now. So if you can give us roughly another 2,000.
So if you haven't watched the old ones, go back and watch the old ones. It'll make you really appreciate the new
Yes, go back.
It'll make you
Oh my
appreciate all of
God.
our change.
ones. Yeah.
Yes, if you
We
really
love
go
those.
back too far. Yeah, watch them. Just let them play. Cake Maker, we do appreciate you listening to us in the car. Thank you. Just make sure you go to the YouTube channel here and listen to the lives. That's where it counts. Every listen counts. You got to watch the whole thing all the way through for it to count. We appreciate that. I'll just let it play when I'm here in the studio on the computer. I will put 2 of them up on different monitors, and I'll just let them play, and I will mute them and just do my thing over here on the computer while they're playing. Any little bit helps. I know Unsafe had them playing too as well. And
I listen to them when I'm driving.
Also for you, I just set this up literally right before the show started. And if anybody likes listening to court hearings and court trials, like, I don't know myself, I have started another YouTube channel where it's just going to be streaming trials, and it's not even going to be me at all. It's just going to be playing trials, and they'll be playing all day, every day.
Ooh.
And it's going to be trials. So the name of the YouTube channel is called Take the Stand Court. Okay. I just literally set this up. I can't even have it go live yet. It just literally set it up and came up with the idea right before the show. So
We'll let you know when it's live. I'll promote it.
It's
Again.
not going to be me on there at all. It's just going to be broadcasting courts. There'll be a chat. People can chat, but
We should do something funny like that. Just like show like actual trials and do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing where we have our little silhouette in the bottom and we can just sit there and make fun of what's going on.
That would be
Like,
funny.
I think that would be hilarious. I don't know. It's just something else to do.
I've got the ideas
Whatever.
flowing.
Oh, look.
It's like, this is it.
I
This is
follow.
it. New guy's in the corner.
And you like,
puking his guts out.
well, you really like,
Bah! Bah!
So please, if you can, find my YouTube channel for that. Like I said, it's brand friggin'
we'll
new.
let you know as soon as
It's
it's
called-
live.
It's called, it says I have to wait 24 hours before it can go live. So
So
it's-
tomorrow, guys, we'll
once-
give you an announcement.
once again, it's called Take the Stand Court. And it's just going to be trials and all that playing. And I'll try to keep up with it. And I'll have it. It's just going to be going live, and like I said, there's going to be nobody talking on it or nothing. It's just viewing. So, I got the idea from another court YouTube channel that I have been religiously following for like 5 years now. He has his own media channel that just plays the same trials that we watch on his channel, but it's just watching and there's nobody talking. So when he's live, he has that going on a completely separate platform. So that's where I got the idea, and I'm like, wait a minute, that'd be pretty cool for a lot of people that like watching trials. So, Tyler Robinson, I'm going to start and play. That was preliminary hearing was all last week. It finished on Friday. I watched all 5 days. I'm going to start with that when I can go live with it tomorrow, and it'll start at day one, and I'll just have it go through. So it'll be streaming all the time. Even if I'm not here, I'll just have it streaming and all that. So no video, it's just all trials. So if you guys like that, we'll post it. Take the stand court. So other than that, we appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys' love and support every week. We hope that you guys have a rest of a good weekend and a great week next week. And we will see you guys all back here next Saturday, back to our normal 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Jackie
Kim,
will take us out of here.
I got bad news.
What?
I know the light doesn't work. I tried
yeah.
before the show.
We're gonna have to do the episode all over again. I mean,
Yeah, we
there's
gotta do
yeah,
the
my
episode all over again.
All right, same crime time, same crime thing, guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a great night, guys.
We'll see you next week at 8.
Goodbye.